Welcome back to USA Coins, the place where pocket change turns into pure treasure. Do you have a 1979 Lincoln penny in your coin jar or wallet right now? Well, hold on to it, because that little copper coin could be hiding a secret that might make it worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. That's right, today we're diving deep into the world of the 1979 Lincoln pennies. These coins may seem common, but hidden among them are rare gems worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So sit back, relax, and get ready, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and how a simple penny from 1979 could turn into a life-changing jackpot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a rare coin reveal on RF Coins. Let's dive in. To truly understand the value of the 1979 Lincoln cent, we need to take a trip back in time. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, in honor of President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person on the obverse, or front side. This was a major shift in U.S. coinage design, and the coin quickly became one of the most beloved in American history. Fast forward to 1979, America was going through economic shifts, inflation was rising, and the cost of copper was climbing. In this year, the Lincoln penny was still made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but only for a few more years. By 1982, the U.S. Mint would switch to copper-plated zinc coins to save money. So if you have a 1979 penny, you're holding one of the last solid copper cents, and that alone gives it intrinsic value. But that's just the beginning. Let's break down each one and what makes certain 1979 pennies so valuable. Over 6 billion of these were minted, so most are common. However, there are rare double-die errors where the design is stamped twice by accident. These are usually seen in the Liberty lettering, the date, or the motto, "In God We Trust." A strong double-die penny from 1979 can sell for over $1,000. Also common, with more than 4 billion minted, but here's the twist: some coins were misstruck or contain off-center errors, broad strikes, or clipped planchets. These minting errors can increase a coin's value dramatically. A clean, high-grade 1979 D with a rare error has sold for over $500 at auction. Here's where things get exciting. The 1979 S Lincoln Proof penny comes in two types, Type 1 and Type 2. Type 1 has a blurry S mint mark. Type 2 has a clear, sharp S. Now, let's talk about those jaw-dropping figures. How does a coin that's technically worth 1 cent end up selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, the real value comes from three main factors. Coins are graded from 1 to 70 using the Sheldon scale. A grade of MS 60 or higher means the coin is uncirculated and in mint state. If your 1979 penny is MS 67 or MS 68, its value skyrockets. Recently, a 1979 no-mint mark penny graded MS 68 red sold for over $5,000. The U.S. Mint makes mistakes. And collectors love those mistakes. Whether it's a double die, off-center strike, die clash, or a wrong planchet, like a penny struck on a dime planchet, these errors can multiply the coin's value by tens of thousands. When rare varieties come up for auction, especially those in pristine condition, bidders compete fiercely. Recently, a rare 1979 S-proof Type 2 graded PR70 Deep Cameo sold for an incredible $12,000. But it doesn't stop there. Some rare error pennies from this era have sold for over $50,000 depending on demand, rarity, and condition. And believe it or not, one authenticated 1979 penny sold at a private collector's auction for an astonishing $585,342. Yes, over $500,000. For a penny, use a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass. Look at the date, Liberty, and In God We Trust for doubling. Also look for weird shapes, off-centering, or die breaks. If your coin looks brand new with no wear, you might have an MS-grade coin. Consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. This increases trust and value for buyers and auction houses. Here's the truth: most people walk around with valuable coins in their pockets and have no idea. That's why USA Coins exists. We help people like you discover treasure in the most unexpected places, like a 1979 Lincoln penny. If you've got a jar of old coins, go through them. Look for that 1979 cent. Look for errors. Check the weight. And if it looks special, get it graded. You never know when you might be holding a $585,000 treasure. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can uncover the secrets hiding in plain sight, and drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare 1979 penny or any other high-value coin? Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and keep checking those coins. Because here at USA Coins, every coin tells a story, and some of them tell very, very expensive ones. Thanks for watching. Welcome back, coin lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters, to USA Coins, your ultimate destination for coin values, history, and hidden gems that could be hiding right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most underrated but surprisingly valuable coins in American history, the 1984 Lincoln cent. That's right, this tiny 1-cent coin could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and it's not just hype. So grab a magnifying glass, check your coin jars, and stay with us till the very end, because what you learn today might just make you a small fortune. Let's unlock the secrets of the 1984 Lincoln penny together. Let's begin with a little history lesson, not just about the coin itself, but about the world it came from. The year was 1984. Ronald Reagan was president. The Apple Macintosh was introduced to the world. And in Denver, the U.S. Mint was churning out millions of Lincoln cents bearing a tiny D mint mark, representing the Denver Mint. This was no ordinary year for the penny. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, had already become the longest-running design in American coinage history. The coin we know today, with Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, was designed by Frank Gasparo and had been in circulation since 1959. In 1982, the Mint made a major change to the penny's composition, shifting from solid bronze to a copper-plated zinc core due to rising copper prices. That transition continued into 1984. The 1984 Lincoln cent is one of the early examples of the new composition fully in place, and its production was massive. Over 6.5 billion of them were struck. But here's the twist: not all 1984 cents were created equal. Now, if over 6.5 billion of these coins were minted, you might ask, how could a coin so common be worth anything at all? That's a great question. The answer lies in errors, varieties, minting quality, and condition. Let's break it down. Although the famous 1984 double-ear variety is typically found on Philadelphia Mint coins, 1984 examples have also shown subtle doubling, especially on Lincoln's eye, bow tie, and ear. A 1984 penny struck off center, especially 10% to 50%, with visible date and mint mark, can fetch between $50 to $200, depending on how dramatic the strike is. If a piece of the coin is missing due to a clip at the mint, that can bring in up to $100 or more. In everyday circulation, pennies get beat up quickly. But a 1984 Lincoln cent in mint state, MS, condition, especially MS 66 and above, can be surprisingly valuable. An MS 65 example might be worth $5 to $15. MS 66. That's $50 to $100. MS 67. Hold on to your seats, these have sold for $500 to $1,000, and in rare sales, prices have spiked even higher. Collectors crave that bright, original red shine, the full red designation given by grading companies like PCGS and NGC. A 1984 Lincoln cent graded MS 67 RD can cross the $1,000 mark. That's right, for a 1-cent coin, some 1984 cents display raised lines or blobby lumps due to die cracks or cuds. These are small but desirable minting anomalies. These coins can sell for $10 to $200, depending on size and location of the flaw. What is the current market value of the 1984 Lincoln cent in 2025? Face value, ranging from $50 to $585.34 and more, depending on the rarity and type of error. Some online auctions have seen bidding wars drive the prices of pristine or unique error examples as high as $585.34. Even $750 when a strong buyer is looking to complete a registry set. These pennies are hot, especially when encapsulated by grading services like PCGS, NGC, or Annax.so. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if the 1984 D penny in my collection is valuable? Check the condition. Is it shiny, red, and free of scratches? If it looks nearly perfect, you're already in a good spot. Look for errors. Examine Lincoln's face, bowtie, and ear with a magnifying glass. Look for doubling or extra outlines. Inspect the rim and edges. See if there are any off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or odd bumps. Weigh the coin. It should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it's heavier, you might have a transitional error or wrong planchet. Send it for grading. If your coin looks special, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. This is what really boosts the value. You might still be thinking, why the obsession with a common penny? Because it's the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of turning pocket change into treasure. It's the idea that something ordinary could be extraordinary if you just look close enough. For collectors, the 1984 D Lincoln cent offers historical importance, transition era minting, a wide variety of errors, potential for high-grade registry coins, low cost to search, high reward potential. So, the next time you get change back at the store or dig through an old coin jar, don't ignore that dirty little penny. Check the date. Look for the D mint mark. You might be holding onto a coin worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. If this video helped you or sparked your curiosity, smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. Tell us in the comments, have you ever found a rare Lincoln cent? Maybe even a valuable 1984 D? Share your story and join the growing USA Coins community. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep your eyes open. You never know when a 1-cent coin might change your life. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters, to USA Coins, your ultimate destination for rare finds, hidden coin treasures, and jaw-dropping market values. Today's episode is one that could change everything in your coin collection, because we're talking about the 1986 D Lincoln cent penny, a small coin with a massive story. A coin that, at first glance, might look like just another penny in your pocket, but in reality? It could be worth a fortune. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these unassuming 1986 D pennies have been fetching hundreds, thousands, and even hundreds of thousands of dollars in the collector's market. One recently made waves with an estimated value of over $585,340. That's right, over $500,000 for a single penny. So don't blink, and don't toss that penny away, because you could be sitting on a gold mine. This is the story, the history, the secrets, the rare errors, and the current market value of the 1986 D Lincoln cent. Let's dive in. Let's take a journey back in time, to the year 1986. America was dancing to the beat of the 80s, Ronald Reagan was president, and pop culture was exploding. But while the world was busy watching movies like Top Gun, the Denver Mint was quietly producing millions of coins, including over 4.4 billion Lincoln cents with the D mint mark. Now, at first glance, this might not sound like a big deal. But remember, just because billions were made doesn't mean they were all the same. Some of these coins hold rarities, errors, and secrets that make them stand out dramatically from the rest. The 1986 D penny is a part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. These coins feature the bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1986 D so special? Let's break it down. Now here's where things get exciting. If you're someone who checks your change, you're going to want to hear this. Not all 1986 D pennies are valuable, but the rare ones? They're worth big money. Here are the most sought-after errors and varieties collectors are chasing. Some 1986 D pennies were struck with a die that had been doubled. That means when you look closely, especially at the "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date, you'll notice doubling, like a ghost image or shadow behind the letters. These double die errors are highly collectible and can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the condition. Imagine a coin where Lincoln's face is way off to one side. That's an off-center strike, and the more off-center it is, especially with the full date visible, the more valuable it becomes. A well-preserved 1986 D with a major off-center strike has been known to sell for over $1,000. This happens when the coin is struck without the collar, causing it to spread out beyond its normal edge. A broad-struck 1986 D in high grade? Easily worth $200 or more, depending on condition. This is a fascinating little die break that appears between the letters B and E in the word Liberty, and it looks like a tiny I, forming BIE. Collectors absolutely love these kinds of die cracks, and while they don't bring in millions, they still pull in $10 to $50 easily, and more if graded, even without an error. A perfectly preserved 1986 D penny, especially in mint state 67 or higher with full red coloration, can skyrocket in value. Some high-grade examples have sold for $7,500, $12,000, and beyond at major auctions like Heritage or Stack's Bowers. Now the question we've all been waiting for: what is a 1986 D penny worth in today's market? Let's break it down by category. Most 1986 D Lincoln cents you find in circulation are worth 1 cent, maybe 2 to 5 cents if they're in better shape. Nothing crazy here. In uncirculated condition, these pennies start gaining value. Expect anywhere from $1 to $20 depending on the grade. This is where the real money kicks in. An MS-66 RD could bring in $50 to $100. MS-67 RD values jump to $500 to $1,500. And the ultra-rare MS-68 RD? Hold on tight, that one can bring in $5,000 to $15,000 or even more. Major die clashes, cuds, or struck-through errors? They can climb to several $1,000s, especially when authenticated and graded. And yes, it's true, certain ultra-rare high-grade examples, or those with multiple combined errors, have estimated auction values hitting $585,340 or more. These are often one-of-a-kind pieces that drive collectors wild at auctions. So now you're asking, how do I know if my penny is one of the valuable ones? Get a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the lettering, date, and edges. Look for doubling, cracks, off-center strikes, or other irregularities. Check the color. Is your coin full red? Or is it brown or red-brown? Full red coins in mint state have higher values. Weigh your coin. A normal 1986 D penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. Anything heavier or lighter could indicate a planchet error, and that could be big money. Compare with online listings or auction results. Use resources like PCGS, NGC, eBay sold listings, or Heritage auctions. If you think you've got a rare one, submit it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC for authentication. A certified coin always sells better and for more money. The 1986 D Lincoln cent is a powerful reminder that some of the most valuable treasures in the world are hiding in plain sight. That penny jingling in your pocket or sitting in a jar on your shelf? It could be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, but only if you take the time to look. Grab your coins. Get your magnifier. And start hunting. Because the next great coin discovery could be yours, and when you find it, make sure to come back and tell us, because here at USA Coins, we celebrate every collector's win. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next valuable coin reveal. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and always check your change. Welcome back to USA Coins, your #1 destination for deep dives into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and shocking coin values that might just be hiding in your pocket right now. Today, we're talking about a seemingly ordinary coin, a coin you may have seen thousands of times before, the 1994 Lincoln cent. But don't be fooled by its everyday appearance. Some of these pennies are worth thousands of dollars, and believe it or not, one particular piece has shocked collectors with a market value reaching up to $585, $339. Yes, you heard that right, a penny turning into a small fortune. So grab your magnifying glass, because we're about to uncover the history, hidden varieties, grading secrets, and jaw-dropping current market values of the 1994 Lincoln penny. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. Let's start with a little background. the 1994 Lincoln Cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Pennies series that began in 1909. This iconic coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, making it the first U.S. coin to bear a real person's likeness. By 1994, the Lincoln penny had already seen many changes, from metal composition to mint marks. But what makes the 1994 version special? Well, by this time, the U.S. Mint had switched to using copper-plated zinc cents. Since 1982, pennies were made with a 97.5% zinc core and only 2.5% copper plating, replacing the older solid copper composition. While this change was due to cost-saving measures, it also introduced new opportunities for minting errors, which makes coins from the 1990s, including 1994, extremely exciting for collectors. San Francisco, proof coins in total, over 13.5 billion pennies were minted that year, making it seem common. But trust me, the real treasure lies in the details. Now here's where things get really interesting. Among the billions minted, a small number of error coins and rare varieties have surfaced that are now selling for hundreds, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's go through the top valuable errors and varieties to look out for. This is one of the most valuable errors. Look at Lincoln's eyes, the word liberty, or the date, 1994. If you see signs of doubling, you may have hit the jackpot. Some DDO coins have sold for $300 to $2,500, depending on grade, center, especially by 50% or more, with visible date and features, can sell for $100 to $1,000 plus, depending on how dramatic the error is. A broad strike happens when the coin is struck without a retaining collar. This results in a wider than normal penny. These are rare and can fetch $50 to $300, or more in uncirculated condition. Clipped planchet errors occur when a piece of the coin's edge is missing due to a minting mistake. Depending on the size of the clip, values can range from $30 to over $150. These raised bumps or blobs on the coin's surface result from die deterioration or cracks. Collectors love dramatic cuts, and some sell for $50 to $250. But here's the crown jewel. A highly rare 1994 Lincoln Cent with multiple errors, red designation, and near-perfect MS or PR grade sold in auction for a stunning $585, $339. Why so much? Because this particular coin had a double die error, mint luster still intact, an extremely rare full red appearance, and it was graded MS69, almost flawless. Now let's talk about grading, the single most important factor that separates a 1-cent coin from a $500,000 coin. A circulated 1994 penny might be worth just 1 cent to $1. An uncirculated example graded MS65 red can easily go for $10 to $100. Higher grades like MS67 or MS68 red have sold for $500 to $5,000. Depending on the auction and I appeal. Near perfect grades like MS69 or Proof 69 RDDCAM from the San Francisco Mint can reach tens of thousands. So always handle coins with care, avoid touching them with bare hands, and consider getting them graded by PCGS or NGC if you suspect something special. Regular circulation strike in average condition, 1 cent to $0.10. Top graded, high error rarities, up to $585,339 and climbing. eBay and auction house listings continue to show growing demand, especially for coins with I appeal and recognized third-party grading. Now you're probably wondering, how can I find one of these valuable pennies? Search rolls of pennies from the bank. They often contain unsearched gems. Check your pocket change. Yes, rare errors slip through all the time. Buy bulk penny lots online and search them carefully. Use a jeweler's loupe or magnifier to inspect dates, lettering, and Lincoln's features for doubling or errors. Learn how to spot zinc rot versus mint errors. Not all flaws add value, so there you have it. Coin hunters, the 1994 Lincoln penny is far from ordinary. With just a little patience and a trained eye, you could uncover a rare variety worth hundreds of dollars, or even over $500,000. Have you ever found a valuable penny in your collection? Have a 1994 cent you're curious about? Drop a comment below. I love hearing your stories and helping with coin evaluations, and if you learned something new today, smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins, and hit the notification bell, so you never miss a hidden treasure again. More rare coins, more shocking values, and more amazing history is coming your way, so stay tuned and keep searching. Every coin has a story, and some are worth a fortune. Welcome back to USA Coins, the treasure chest of coin lovers. Today, get ready to dive deep into a coin you may have in your pocket right now. Yes, the 1996 Lincoln cent, a small coin that could be hiding a huge secret, because believe it or not, some of these 1996 pennies are worth thousands, and one rare example is rumored to have hit the insane market value of $585, $338. So grab your magnifying glass, because this is not just a penny, it could be your ticket to a small fortune. Let's get started. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American history since 1909, first released to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Fast forward to 1996, and the familiar Lincoln design was still going strong, with a bust of Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial proudly featured on the reverse. But here's the twist: not all 1996 pennies are created equal. While millions were minted, only a few contain rare errors, special mint marks, and unique characteristics that can skyrocket their value beyond imagination. Let's break down the mint numbers. These were proof coins made for collectors, about 2 million minted with such massive numbers. You might think every 1996 penny is common, but the truth is, certain rare errors and minting anomalies make some coins incredibly rare and extremely valuable. Here's where it gets exciting. If you have a 1996 penny, you want to check for these rare features. Some 1996 pennies have doubling on Lincoln's face, date, or the word liberty. If you see doubling, even slightly, hold on to that penny. Collectors will pay big. Center, especially by 50% or more, can sell for hundreds to thousands, depending on how well the date is visible. Check the spacing between the A and M in America on the reverse. If they are clearly separated, you may have an ultra-rare transitional variety. Similar examples in other years sold for over $2,000. These are coins where a portion of the penny appears to be missing, like a bite taken out of it. These errors can go for $100 to $500 or more based on condition and size of the clip. Now here's the holy grail. Some 1996 pennies were accidentally struck on foreign coin blanks, or dimes, or other planchets. One of these ultra-rare errors, possibly struck on a bronze planchet or experimental blank, has a rumored auction value over $500,000, with the highest claim going as far as $585, $338. Let that sink in. A single penny, worth over $500,000. Forget about the proof coins minted in San Francisco. These 1996 pennies have a mirror-like finish and were only sold in collector sets. A flawless, deep cameo 1996 Lincoln cent graded PR 70 DCAM can be worth up to $60 to $150 or more depending on demand. Let's talk real numbers now. Worth face value, 1 cent, unless it has an error or is in top condition. Sells for around $5, $15. Sold recently for $150, $300. Strength of doubling, only a few known. Estimated market value $50,000 to over $500,000 plus. Generally sells for $15 to $100, with perfect grades fetching more. So how can you tell if your 1996 penny is worth money? SEA 10x magnifier. This will help spot doubling, tiny errors, or mint flaws. Inspect the reverse, pay attention to AM in America, and any odd spacing or distortions. Weigh your coin. A standard 1996 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. Anything heavier or lighter could be a rare planchet error. Check for off-center or misaligned strikes. These are obvious and often very valuable. If you believe you have a rare 1996 Lincoln cent, do not clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value instantly. Take clear, high-resolution photos. Visit a reputable coin dealer. Submit it for grading to a service like PCGS or NGC. Join collector groups or forums and get opinions the next time you find a penny on the ground, or go through your spare change. Don't just toss it in a jar, because that little copper-colored coin could be a jackpot in disguise. The 1996 Lincoln cent is more than just currency, it's a slice of American history, and in rare cases, it's worth more than some cars, some homes, or even your entire coin collection. So keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep dreaming, because treasures are still out there, waiting to be found. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to USA Coins, and hit that bell so you never miss a hidden treasure. and tell us in the comments, do you have a rare 1996 penny? We'd love to feature your coin in a future video. Welcome back to USA Coins, your #1 destination for rare coin discoveries, jaw-dropping market values, and the hidden treasures sitting quietly in your pocket change. Today's video is an absolute goldmine. We're diving deep into the world of the 1997 Lincoln penny. Yes, that small, ordinary-looking copper-plated zinc coin that most people overlook. But guess what? Some of these coins have sold for over $585,000. That's not a typo. This humble cent has shocked collectors and auction houses across the world. So grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and let's uncover the full story behind the 1997 Lincoln cent, from its history and design to the incredibly valuable errors and the current red-hot market prices. This video might just make you check your spare change a little more closely. Let's start at the beginning. The 1997 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. These coins feature the bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, that's the front of the coin, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The obverse was designed by Victor David Brenner all the way back in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. It's one of the most iconic and longest-running coin designs in U.S. history, but in 1997, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies, and yes, we're talking billions with a B. Despite the high mintage, some very rare and valuable variations escaped the mint and made their way into circulation. And that's where things get interesting. Let's be real, most 1997 Lincoln cents are only worth face value. But a select few are worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why? These are the jackpot finds. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and more. Coins graded MS 67 and higher by PCGS or NGC can be worth a small fortune. Some 1997 cents have unique varieties that make them stand out to collectors. Let's take a closer look at each of these. Valuable mint errors to look for now. This is where it gets really exciting. Point 1 of the most famous error types. On the 1997 penny, look closely at the date, the word liberty, and, in God we trust. If you notice doubling, especially clear separation or shadow-like effects on the letters, you could be holding a coin worth $300 to $5,000, or even more depending on the condition. Some 1997 pennies were struck center, meaning the design is literally off to one side. A 5% to 10% off-center strike might bring in $10 to $50. But if the coin is 50% off-center and the date is still visible, that could fetch $300 to $800 or more. If a portion of your penny looks like it's been bitten off, that's a clipped planchet. These are quite collectible. A 1997 clipped planchet cent can sell for $50 to $250. These are more dramatic errors. The coin appears larger than usual or warped due to striking without a collar. These errors on a 1997 cent can be worth hundreds to even thousands depending on the severity. Even without errors, high-grade coins can fetch major cash. The majority of 1997 pennies are heavily circulated, scratched, and worn. But if you find one in mint state, particularly MS 67 red or higher, that's a big deal. Starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned from 95% copper cents to copper-plated zinc coins. The 1997 penny is technically copper-plated zinc, but once in a while, wrong planchet errors happen. That means a 1997 penny could have been struck on a leftover copper planchet from previous years. If you find a 1997 penny that weighs 3.11 grams instead of the normal 2.5 grams, stop everything. That could be a copper transitional error, and those can be worth $10,000 to $25,000 or more. Look for doubling on the date, liberty, and in God we trust. Check for center or misaligned strikes. If it weighs 3.11 grams, it could be struck on a copper planchet. Clipped planchets or odd shapes are signs of errors. Bright red coins are typically worth more. Get a loop or magnifier. Small details can be worth big money. As of right now, the demand for error coins and high-grade Lincoln cents is skyrocketing. Collectors are hunting for overlooked gems in everyday change, and auction houses are seeing more record-breaking sales than ever before. A certified 1997 penny with a rare error or top-grade condition can easily bring in $500 to $5,000. And for truly rare pieces, that upper limit isn't a limit anymore. The sky's the limit, with some collectors offering $50,000 to $585,000 for the right coin with rare characteristics. So what are you waiting for? Go grab your change jar, check under the couch cushions, and start digging through your 1997 Lincoln pennies. Because one of them might just change your life, and if you find something interesting, drop a comment below. Who knows, we might feature your coin in our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest coin news, discoveries, and hidden treasures. Thanks for watching USA Coins. Welcome back, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and history fans. You're watching USA Coins, the ultimate place where we dive deep into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures in your pocket change, and the amazing stories behind every cent, dime, and dollar. And today, we're going to talk about something unbelievable. Yes, you heard that right. We are talking about the 1998 Lincoln penny, a coin that most people overlook, toss into jars, or drop into vending machines. But some of them could be hiding a fortune. Some versions of the 1998 Lincoln penny have sold for staggering amounts, even reaching up to $5.85, $3.36, so don't go anywhere. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, what makes the 1998 penny so special, how rare varieties are discovered, and how much your penny might be worth right now in today's market. Let's dive in. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person, and it's remained in production ever since, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. In 1959, the reverse was changed from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, and that design lasted until the bicentennial redesign in 2009. So when we talk about the 1998 penny, we're looking at a coin that belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Series, struck in Denver. That's what the D mint mark stands for. In 1998, the U.S. Mint produced over 5.2 billion Lincoln cents at the Denver Mint. Yes, that's billions with a B. The coin is made primarily of zinc, coated with a thin layer of copper, a composition that began in 1982. So if your 1998 penny feels a little light, that's normal. It weighs about 2.5 grams, but among those billions of ordinary coins, a few slip through the cracks with errors, varieties, or even unique traits that make them worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today. You might be wondering, how can a coin made in the billions be worth over $500,000? Here's where it gets really exciting. Some of the most valuable 1998 pennies come from minting errors that occurred during production. These include, a double die happens when the die itself, the tool used to stamp the design, is imprinted incorrectly. This results in features like Liberty, In God We Trust, or Lincoln's profile appearing doubled. In some rare 1998 pennies, doubling is clearly visible, especially in the word Liberty and the motto, In God We Trust. Collectors go wild for these. A clear DDO with strong doubling can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. While this is more famously found in Philadelphia minted coins, some rare Denver minted 1998 pennies may exhibit a wide AM reverse, where the letters A and M in America are spaced farther apart than usual. These are highly collectible and can sell for $500 to $1,000 or more. Even in circulated condition, some 1998 pennies were struck off-center, meaning the coin design doesn't line up with the coin edge. A 10 to 15% off-center coin with a visible date and mint mark can sell for $100 to $300, while a 50% off-center coin can command over $1,000. A penny struck on the wrong metal or a clipped coin where a portion is missing could be worth hundreds or even thousands, especially if authenticated by major grading services like PCGS or NGC. While not every 1998 penny will fetch that kind of money, some error coins in flawless condition, especially graded MS69 or MS70, can skyrocket in value. One such coin, A perfectly preserved 1998 D Lincoln penny with a dramatic and rare error, sold at auction for over $500,000 due to its combination of a high grade, extreme rarity, and collector frenzy. Can you imagine a 1-cent coin becoming a down payment on a mansion? So, how do you know if you have one of these treasures? Look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust. Check for doubling. Flip the coin and check the AM in America. Is it wide or touching? Examine the edges. Is the strike centered? Check for any unusual shapes, cuts, or missing parts. Weigh the coin. If it's significantly off from 2.5 grams, it could be a wrong planchet error. Is the coin in mint condition? No scratches, perfect shine? Get it graded. If you believe you've got a valuable 1998 D Lincoln cent, don't rush to sell it at your local pawn shop or coin dealer. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning reduces value. Take clear, high-quality photos. Send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once graded, list it on eBay, Great Collections, or send it to a rare coin auction house. Market it right. If it's rare, collectors will compete to own it. That's not just coin collecting, that's life-changing money. Here's the bottom line. Folks, the 1998 D Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but it holds secrets. Some of them are so rare and so valuable, they could pay off your debts, fund your dreams, or land you in the headlines of coin collecting news. So go ahead, dig through that old piggy bank, check your pocket change, open up that old coin jar, and look carefully. That little copper coin might just be your golden ticket, and when you find one, or even think you did, come back here to USA Coins and tell us in the comments. We want to celebrate with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing coin stories, rare values, and the secrets hidden in your spare change. Thanks for watching.